chills run down your spine. You break into a cold sweat. Your heart begins to pound. You are afraid tonight.
On the season finale of Horror Reacts, a mysterious good luck rumor is being spread around in the public by one single found footage. But something else more sinister will be finally revealed. At what cost? Netflix released a special presentation of a Taiwanese supernatural folk horror movie called Incantation, a story about a single mom trying to stop a malevolent talisman curse that's eating her life and her adopted daughter alive, slowly, at a time. Did Incantation manage to scare viewers around the world? Or has it become another box office failure? Coming up right now on the season finale of Horror Reacts.
你们相信祝福吗？现在我们来做个测验，请在脑中试着将摩天轮向右转，再向左转。向左，向右，向左，向右。这张火车行进图也可以依照你的意志改变前后方向，请试着用意念去控制它。你看见了吗？我们的意念悄悄地塑形这个世界，这便是祝福的原理。
There are many ghost stories, folk tales, and other tales that can't really explain how these stories exist in the first place. There are some places people should not enter as well. Incantation is the recent Taiwanese supernatural horror story to be aired on Netflix. Incantation introduced audiences to the mysterious and atmospheric world of the talisman and entities beyond the ordinary. It tells a tale about a young mother trying to save her adopted daughter Toto and herself from an unknown powerful curse that's manifesting something more than they both couldn't imagine. Come and see if Incantation manages to scare audiences right now, only on the season finale of Horror Reacts.
Say, for instance, wishing on your birthday, or wishing someone safe travels, or maybe even wishing Merry Christmas or the like. It may be just a thought, or perhaps even a reminder. The fact is, involuntarily and quite unconsciously, we believe our will can bring about good outcomes. But do you know that your will can actually change the outcome of events? Let's do an experiment now. Please use your mind to move the rotation of the Ferris wheel to the right, not to the left. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. The direction of this moving train can also be either moving forward or backward based on your will. I want you to try to control it, only with your mind. Did you see that? Our will is quietly shaping this world. This is how blessings work.
Ooh.
is Lee Ronan. 6 years ago, I violated a terrifying taboo. Back then, anyone unfortunate enough to come close to this matter must be fallen with misfortunes I can't explain.
What deity are you talking about? Did you watch what's on that camera? Did the master instruct us not to listen and look at nor ask anything?
Master,
And you
please.
kept asking
You have to believe
questions.
everything he says.
Oh, shoot. Oh.
And with this curse, the more you understand it, the more you'd be affected by its power.
Oh! Oh my gosh. That's one way to open a movie about this. That's one way to open a horror movie. Oh my gosh. Oh! Oh my gosh.
I actually made this video because I'm hoping that everyone can help resolve my daughter's misfortune.
Holy cow.
If you're willing to keep watching, just in case you'll be able to help, please look at this symbol until you've memorized it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you can, please recite this with me. Doing it in your mind is fine too. She just fell asleep. She smiled at me today, so I feel like I must have done pretty well. Well, at least I hope I did.
Uh-oh. What happened? Oh. What happened? Oh my gosh.
Is anybody there?
What the? What is that noise?
Toto?
What's going on here?
Toto? 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 Toto?
What's going on here?
Toto? To- Toto! 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 Toto, what's the matter? Toto! Toto, look at me! Toto! Look at me, Toto! Toto! Toto, it's okay! I'm here, Toto! Your mom is here. You're safe. Alright.
Oh! What's going on now?
Hurry, hurry, hurry! Over here!
What? What is it?
It's that little
What's
girl.
going on? Little girl?
Let's take her down first.
Oh!
Little girl.
Little girl.
Dear viewers, this must be the Chen family's tunnel that you must not enter. Yes, this must be it.
How is she?
Like this. There's a code.
Oh, the code.
Little girl, can you hear my voice?
Okay, this is it. Let's go in.
Ewan,
What?
let's forget it.
Huh?
I have a bad feeling about this.
How many times are you gonna do this?
Take her down to see a doctor
Shit,
first?
are you insane? Fuck, motherfucker!
Hey,
You do this every
Roman, stop
time.
me, Ewan.
Fuck.
Calm down.
Are
Hey.
you stupid? Fucking
Ewan!
asshole.
Oh! Oh my god. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Did you hear something?
What's that sound? Is that a child crying?
Ewan. Are you sure you want to go in?
But wait. What if there are other children in there? Let's go.
Hey,
What?
stay here and look after her. I'm going in with Ewan.
But what if...
Let's go.
Oh my gosh. The sign.
What's the matter? Are you okay? Hey.
Oh! What's happening?
Where are you going? Yuen! Yuen! Where are you going? Chen Yuen! No! What should I do?
What is that? Oh, the camera. The camera. Oh my gosh. What's happening? What's going on?
Don't ask. Don't ask!
Oh. Oh, the bike. Oh my god. What's going on? Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm just watching. What am I just watching now? What am I just watching? Did you know an incident inspired Incantation in 2005? In Wikipedia, an Incantation's production and background page, it said that the movie is inspired by an accident in Guzhan district, Kaohsiung. A family of 6 claimed various Chinese folk religion deities possessed them, and accused each other of being possessed by demons masquerading as deities. In the end, they singled out the eldest daughter and attacked her until she died of her injuries. Someone subsequently charged the 5 remaining members of her family with an offense of abandoning a helpless person, resulting in the person's death. They consider the case as mass hysteria. In response from the critics, the movie might fall to the cliche tropes of the found footage genre, but at least the efforts of a strong cast and atmospheric tone captured the movie magic of Incantation. The atmosphere and suspense were phrased, but the disjointed story didn't captivate the audience. People and moviegoers phrased Incantation as the return to the form of the found footage genre ever since the Blair Witch Project. The cinematography, editing, aesthetics, and concept and performance of its lead actors impressed many. Incantation maybe fall into the found footage cliche, but its unsettling atmosphere and performances kicked up the movie's charm and magic. Both audiences and critics loved the aesthetics, folklore myth of Incantation, performances of the lead characters, the suspense and mystery was also well done. The first part of the opening was a fast kickstart to the movie. However, the story of Incantation did not contain a story that can be unforgettable, as has fallen to the cliche tropes. Pacing had trouble getting to the point, and it only has sad memories. Nothing scary. To be honest with you, Incantation was one of those movies that can shock you and make your bones chill to the ground. Some scenes in Incantation shocked me, especially the gory ones at the beginning of the movie. They did not prepare me for a little gore at the beginning. The film becomes more terrifying as you delve deeper into it, especially when there are things that can't be seen or explained. Of course, I don't want to spoil the movie for you, but there were two favorite parts of mine I was amazed about. The performances of the mother and the child, their dynamic relationship together was terrific. How could a mom fight to save her only daughter? And the one moment that impressed me, that was that shocking big scene near the end of the movie. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's near the end. You'll understand why. The whole Buddhism myth and bad karma are quite shocking to watch. How do you survive when bad karma comes into your life? And that is a wrap of the season premiere of Horror Reacts. Thanks everybody for watching and showing your support. Don't forget to watch Incantation, available now on Netflix. And miss all the episodes for Horror Reacts? You can watch all 6 episodes of Horror Reacts only on YouTube for commentaries and thoughts about the newest scary movies and shows for Halloween. This is Anthony. Thank you for watching. Have a great Halloween season. See you again next season on Horror Reacts. Take care and happy Halloween, everybody.